We have a very special treat. Miss Katy Ross, all the way from Australia, Perth, logged on with us. She is here because, Katy, how much did you sell?
A little over 50,000 last month in May. Crazy.
Just 50,000?
Yeah, a little over 50,000.
Katy, how did you do this?
Well, where do I start? So my hostess coaching is on the ball, so I've just basically mastered the basics. I keep in touch with my hostess, so as soon as she's booked that party in, her Facebook event goes up straight away that night. I keep in touch with her. I send out party planning emails, red stamps, and just keep the Facebook event excited and make sure there's enough guests there, so making sure she's over-inviting people. Attendance is where it's at. So I worked out my attendance average last month was around 21.
Okay.
That's
important.
I just worked really hard to get the people there. And the other thing was I did a lot of travel last month as well. I travelled around Western Australia quite a bit. So what I would say to everyone watching is don't be afraid to travel and go to places, because sometimes the bigger parties are outside of your area. Could be, in the country or whatever. But that's what I found. The bigger parties were when I actually got out and travelled.
That makes a big difference.
So, yeah, hostess coaching is where it's at, for sure.
So how many parties did you do last month, total?
Yeah, I did 23 parties last month, which was a little more than I normally do. I usually average about 15. So it was a little more than what I did.
So how did you get the numbers up? So obviously, if you're doing 50, you did 50,000. We had 21 guests. And then 23 parties. How did you make sure that each party was profitable?
I just worked really well with my hostess, making sure she's over-inviting people. And the other thing was I made sure she got pre-orders, so she had at least a few orders there before I actually got to the party, especially if I'm traveling away from where I live. If it's a few hours away, I want to make it worth my while. So I want to make sure that she has a few orders there ready to go, and then do the party, and then making sure that enough people are there and bringing friends with them.
So you said hostess coaching is very important. Could you walk through the steps of the hostess coaching that you did with these hostesses?
Sure. So as soon as I book the party in, I connect with her and make a connection at the party. I get to know her and the reason behind why she's having the party. And then when I get home, the Facebook event's done. I don't care how tired I am. It's there and it's done, and I send her a message when I get home saying it was lovely to meet you. I'm super excited for your party. Just creating that excitement as soon as that party's booked in and along the way. So it's important to keep in touch with your hostess, and I use multiple touches with red stamp, email, phone, text, and really making sure she's getting enough people there. That's just the bottom line. If you're going to get more people at the party, you're going to book more parties, you're going to sell more products, and you're going to get more girls on your team.
Okay, so for some people say that the hotter months are a slower season. Would you agree?
No, it does not have to be slow. It's all in your mindset. It can be, I've had some of my biggest months during summer. So if you just keep that momentum going and don't let the ball drop on the hostess coaching, you can have some great months during summer.
Okay, how do you deal with cancellations?
I just find out what the reason is why she's cancelling. If there's not enough people there, then that can be overcome. I mean, I've had some of my biggest parties with only 2 or 3 people there. Or just find out if it's a children thing, get someone to look after the kids. So just get behind the reason why she wants to cancel the party. And I find that most of the time there's a reason that you can work with her on that and make sure she doesn't cancel. I don't get a lot of cancellations because I tell them in my hostess packet that I need 3 weeks notice if there's any cancellations, and this is my full-time income, and I just don't get many cancellations. If they're going to cancel, they're going to cancel as soon as I book that party in straight away. So I think a lot of the time you can overcome it as long as you work with your hostess.
The final question we have for you is your top 3 tips for everybody at home that wants to meet their goals this month. And I heard you may be exceeding the 50,000 next month.
Yeah, I'm actually on track to hit it again. It's absolutely insane. I'm up to about 28,000 at the moment this month, and I built this momentum, and I'm just going to keep going with it. So my top 3 tips would be stay on top of your hostess coaching. Don't drop the ball on that. For summer, book weeknight parties. Weeknight parties are where it's at. Some of my biggest parties are weeknights and not weekends, which is crazy to think that.
We've heard that, yeah.
So I would recommend partying on weeknights and just have fun with it and just go out there and make it happen and don't lose that momentum. I mean, have fun, obviously, with your summer activities, but if you keep that going, it's going to carry on into other months.
Katy, congratulations. Thank you for coming. It's 10 o'clock at night, her time, and we're here.
Thank you so much.
The week before, 10 a.m. Thank you, Katy. You're awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, Thank you.
Any shout-outs?
Thank you very much. Shout out to my amazing team, Ultimate All-Stars. You girls are rocking it. Keep it up. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Katy.
Bye.
Bye.